don't tell my tractor, my achy breaky tractor, I just don't think it understands. And if you tell my tractor, my achy breaky tractor, I think it would blow up and kill this man. Ooh. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. I guess this week's video is dedicated to blow-ups and breakdowns. Been having a few of those lately. Started off here the other evening. I thought I'd shred some bales with the shredder here on this alleyway here to kind of soil erosion control, and I kind of wanted to clean this thing up and put it away for the summer. It's only July, so it should be summertime now. So I thought I'd hook on to the front wheel assist, and pretty much all got finished up, and all of a sudden, pow, I smelt hydraulic oil. I looked behind. Front of the processor here is just covered in oil. Came out of the tractor, looked behind, there's oil. I wish I would have filmed this before. I'd never thought of it till today. This happened about 2 days ago. There was a hydraulic line, or hydraulic hose. These are the hoses here. Over time they rubbed. Hang on, I'll set you down here and... Oh, I mean... Yeah, right here I think is where it blew. Hydraulic line rubbed against some bolts up against the cab here. I don't know if you can see it. You can see that rust spot there. Right in there. Been rubbing up in there. There's a bolt. 30 years, I guess. Whoever put this loader on this tractor, which was the first owner, I'm the third. They put this block here to take the oil from the tractor to the loader. Well, this was the line that blew. And to get this line off, I thought I may as well change that hose while I'm at it, because there was a bunch of rub marks on it too. Well, to take that off, I had to take this off, thread the hose through here, around, pull the elbow back this way so I can get a wrench in there to pull that out. Well, I'm thinking, why would somebody do that? And then they had to thread the hoses through here, around, like I say, right around the front of the cab, and then down through there, and then let's see if I can get it come down through here and then straight into there. So I got thinking, after taking these hoses off, I'm looking at things and looking at the other tractors to see what they look like. Well, I got two other tractors with loaders, and neither one of them are set up like that. Well, the other tractor's got it put on here. The in hose was put onto here, and the return hose was on here, which makes more sense. So I'm wondering, why don't I just take that block out of here and put it here? Made a couple of phone calls to see what it would involve, to see if it was going to be a bunch of pieces and parts flying off, and they assured me no, there might be some washers or O-rings to deal with, but I think that's what we're going to do. While we're apart here, let's change it over from that side to this side, and that way our hoses, I need about half the hoses, and that way they can go straight down there and direct to the valve. Well, I guess you can see it from here. To me, that would make a little more sense than having it up and around and behind this and rubbing on stuff, and yeah. I think that's what we're going to attempt to do today. Well, I guess the first order of business, I'm going to take this off, so I guess these two bolts could come out. And then it's just these 4 bolts around here. Here, I'll show you. Right there. 2 and 2 on the other side. So we'll see if that shouldn't take too much to worry about. I don't know. We'll see what. Hopefully there's no parts or pieces that come off. I guess we'll find out. Okay, I got the top bolts ready to come out. The bottom bolts, looks like it just kind of lifts up. I guess we'll see what happens here to see if I've made a mistake trying this myself or not. I guess I'll lose the rest of the oil that didn't get blown out. Must have blew about at least a 5-gallon pail's worth when it happened. As you can see, everything's just drenched in oil. I hope you're not watching, Greta. Yeah, that part's off. Okay. Moment of truth. Alright. Lift off. My other side's not loosened enough. Oh, I guess it would help if I took this bolt out. That would help. Stay. Yep. There we go. Ta-da! I'll take my gloves off and I'll show you a little closer. Okay, I see what they were meaning. Just make sure this don't lose that and that. That's not too hard of a fix. And then this block will come out and we'll swap it over with that one. Catch you in a bit. Well, I thought if I just rob the bolts from this side to go on this side, because they'll be shorter because of that block, of course. Because they were actually this length of bolt right here compared to this length of bolt here. You get the idea. I thought all I had to do is swap bolts around, but this top bolt up, this one, it threads back here. If I can point you in the right direction, it threads back there. So I pulled a bolt out like this. So it looks like to be able to get that block on, I got to find something probably another inch bigger or so. So I guess off to the yard I go to find a bolt. Nothing's ever that simple and easy. Well, I ended up having to go back to the yard and get a shorter bolt for here. I forgot. Since I'm not transferring a bolt from there to here, well, I still needed a shorter bolt. So, a few times back and forth to the yard. Oh well. Now I'll get this last bolt out. Maybe I'll have to go around to the other side. Right. Yep. This last bolt out. Drip, drip, drip. Aye. $3 worth of oil. Okay, up for you. Uh-oh. Where did that... I lost the O-ring. I knew it just couldn't go that simple. Let that hang there for a second. Ah, found it! The needle in the haystack. And just set it somewhere where I'm going to forget where it is. Now I can transfer my other bolt. And get that complete. Tighten that up later if I don't forget. Now I gotta hop over. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I had to go and take a little break here and get some coveralls on. I guess I should have done that right off the hop. Pants are getting pretty oily. In fact, I've already started getting oiled up, so that's just the way she goes. And I thought I better get my stuff ready here. That way I'm not hopping over the shaft all the time, and get my gloves and Scott towels and yeah. This way I'm not stopping and running around the processor all the time or the tractor or tripping over this shaft. So now, I guess the next order of business is to put this on there. Now, as long as I put this on the right way, the O-rings have to go up against there. And then the O-rings for this go up against here. Okay. Let's see how lucky we can be here. I got my bolts. Where's my long bolt? Yeah, it's there. Okay, we'll start with that. You gotta put this on first. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I gotta twist this around. Okay. Just gotta turn this around. I'll catch you in a bit. Okay. Ended up having to run back to the shop to loosen this elbow so I could turn it so it would fit on here, because it looks like it's running a little tight there, but it'll be fine. Oops. Okay, everything's fine. So now I got my block on, so now I got my bottom bolts ready to clip this remote back in. I better not forget my O-ring that I thought I'd lost. Give it a clean. And let's get her put back together. There, that should stay there. loosen those bolts a little. Oh, crap. The washer's on the wrong side. Ah, that's why. This one in too tight. There. My long bolt up here. Make sure my O-rings are still there. Yep. I hope it'll go. Is there enough? Yeah, there's enough to grab. Should try and get a longer bolt if possible. I think we got some grab there. And I think, for the moment, we got her licked. Okay, I won't bore you with the details of putting 4 bolts on, but I guess all we got to do next, hang on a minute so I can get you a little closer. Now I got to change, oh no, this stays here. Or no, I got to swap this assembly now for this, because this is riding further back now. Whoops, sorry. This piece has to come off to screw into here. And then I got to take this piece off, and it'll go into there, because that's riding shorter now, and this is riding longer. So, and then I got to measure up some hoses. I think you could kind of see my method of madness here. Going down there, come around, go down there, and over to there, eventually. You might be able to see, yeah, you can see the one elbow, I think, from here. There's up the wrench. No, that's the wrench. There, you can see the one port there. So, to me, that's going to be a lot simpler than up and around and through. And we'll find out. I'll get some hoses measured up in the next day or so, and then we'll get a couple of pails of oil, and then we'll see what we can destroy next. Well, it's a couple of days later. Managed to get to town. Got a couple new hoses now. Pail of oil. And hopefully that's all that we lost out of there. Let's get this thing back together. Well, I got the hoses on. Decided to loop them around here. Got a little bit of an issue up there, but I guess with zip ties and whatnot, hopefully I can rectify this. Zip tie that so that's not rubbing on there. Here, I might have to, if I can find a, these are 90-degree elbow. If I can find one on a 45, that would point it over there more instead of toward here, and possible rubbing, and especially up there. So if I can find one of those someday and replace that. The only thing that could be a problem someday, but I'll deal with that when the time comes, if I ever put the 3-point hitch irons back on this tractor, This could run in the road with this, but all you'd have to do is take this elbow off, put a straight one, and then loop your hose down into there. So let's put some oil in this thing now. Let's see how much oil there. Hang on. Actually, I'll get back to you. Now that I got both hands, let's see how much oil we've lost out of this thing. Well, it's down to the end of the dipstick, so there's still oil in it. So we may not have lost 5 gallons. I guess we'll find out. Well, so far so good. And other breakdowns and happenings around here. We're also changing out this cable for the hydrostat. Apparently it's getting harder and harder for Dad to push the stick. It is fairly tough, according to... put that down. It is fairly tough to move. Apparently it shouldn't be that tough to move. There we go. So that's the next thing on the list. I'll go show you what else there is. Okay, now we're in the shed, and this truck just finished coming back from the shop to get I think there was a thermostat sticking, and they found out it was actually the radiator was leaking on it too, and also a universal joint was gone in the rear diff. So okay, that just come home. My green truck, it's in the shop right now getting spark plug wires, AC compressor, what else? There was something else. Oh yeah, exhaust manifold gasket was leaking. Yeah. So, got one truck home from the shop, the other one went in. This tractor here, it's got some serious oil leaks in this area. There's a bunch of O-rings and seals that need to be attended to. I got a guy coming out to do that. I'm still using it, but make sure you keep a pail of oil handy just in case you need to top up. This tractor, it's, as you can see, 2 new tires. That's going to be a spendy little touch. I think they're quoting me about $5,000. We'll find out. That's with the installation and service call and all that other fun stuff. But I figured I better get this done now before haying really gets going. And because if I blow a tire, because the tires that were on there weren't very good. It was getting to the point, well, there was fluid leaking out of this one. And before we ruin a rim, figured better change the tires out, and this way we should be good for the summer, or for actually more than the summer. Should be good for quite a few years. So yeah, seems like, oh yeah, even the snowblower from last winter is broke down. There's a coupler I'll show you here really quick. Just give me a second to walk over there. Shut the lights. Whoops. Okay, what happened last winter, there's a coupler. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, right in there. That right there, it's stripped. All of a sudden the auger wouldn't turn. So I figured May as well unhook the thing right there, make it in the road, so that way if I get a chance to do something here this summer, I'll take that apart and see what we can get for parts there. So yeah, all kinds of things happening around here. Seems like a never-ending chore of fixing. You could probably keep a resident mechanic around, but the joys of owning older stuff. Wonderful. Well, after a pail and about a gallon after that of oil, we're back in business. Ready to wreck again. Now, if we can just... Next order of business on this tractor is right there. Air conditioning compressor. That's what I'm trying to say. Apparently it's pooched. That's why I've been running with the windows open since spring. So that's on the way. So eventually we'll get that fixed and see what other things break down as time goes on. I think we're going to end it at that. I guess you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.